Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. The Audio Master Show. Thank you guys so much for joining in. We have a lot of great things to talk about tonight. Oh, I'm excited to be on here, man. It feels great. It's a Tuesday night and a lot of great things going on. And one is the mystery package has arrived. Wow. I'm excited, man, because as you know, this is going to be part two of, I guess, the video of last night, just simply because, as you guys know, I've been chasing this package around for 3 days, and I finally just had them send it to the Walgreens over there that's close to my house so that I wouldn't keep missing the driver. I mean, he wasn't even stopping. And if you didn't see last night's show, I am going to put a link up above so that you guys can check out last night's show. And anyway, it was pretty good. It was kind of humorous, and I thought you guys would enjoy it. So I'm going to put a link up there above when this one's over. Click on it and check out that first video. It goes into all the details as to me trying to find this driver. And here's what's funny, man, is I pull up to the Walgreens after the fact that I got this text saying that my package has arrived, and guess who was there? The driver was there. Oh wow. So anyway, it just keeps getting better and better. So anyway, the person that sent this package to me wishes to stay anonymous, and this is what he writes. He says, "Audio Master, hope you enjoy the gift. I love your inspiration and encouragement. Keep up the great work. I wish to stay anonymous. Thanks, Mark." Wow, that is awesome. And you know what? I'm going to keep your name anonymous. I know who you are, but thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, man. And thank you for encouraging me to keep doing what I'm doing, man. That's just such a neat thing. How things kind of, come back in a full circle when we give out and we do things for other people. But hey, man, I got the package here, and I'm stoked to open this thing. Let me grab it, man. I told you guys I was going to do an unboxing on this baby, and so let's see what this thing's about, man. Ah, I'm happy. So I don't know what's in this thing, and I hope nothing comes and jumps out of it, man. So here it is, right here. Here's the package that I actually been chasing around for 3 days, right? It finally came in. I'm excited to open it. I'm assuming I just do it open it from the top. I'm assuming this is the top side of it. Let's check it out here. I'm gonna take this down so there'll be a little more screen for you guys to see what's going on. Take that down. I need to go back over here and do this and make sure that I'm still actually getting audio through the speaker that needs to be there. Yeah, it looks like it's still going. Okay, so anyway, as you know, I've been chasing this package around for days. It finally came in. I'm excited. And you know what? Here's the thing, man. I might just start having all my packages go to the Walgreens. That way I don't have to be here and they can't make excuse that they came by, right? It might even be easier for them. It's just, like 3 or 4 miles down the street. And so I might just go ahead and just start having them do signature confirmation at the Walgreens. It was easy. I went in there, showed them my ID, bam, boom. It was a done deal. But anyway, I'm excited, Mark. Man, let's do this. I'm excited to see what you got me, what you want me to try out. Oh, man. I love this. This is great. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't even know what's in it, but thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't have to do that, dude. I mean, you know what? I like audio gear and anything. I love microphones, so I hope you didn't get me a microphone. I'd shoot the moon then, man. This is great, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I gave out shirts to uh people that are really kind of loyal to the show, and so everyone kind of got an Audio Master T-shirt. And like I say, you didn't have to pay me back, man. You didn't have to pay me back. I don't expect anything back. Um, I do things because I want to do things, It's not because I do things to get things in return. Some things I do, I mean, like business is business, and if I bid on a job, and yeah, I want to get paid when I bid on a job and do a good job. But then some things I don't want to be paid for, right? What the heck is this? What is this, y'all? Voice live play. What the heck? What is this, man? Candy? Voice live. Oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe this, man. Look at this. Voice live play. TC-Helicon. What? Look at this, y'all. Check this out, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this gift. I will try it out. I will let you know what I think, man. I actually ordered some other digital effects just recently, and I had no idea. Look at this, man. So anyway, I appreciate it. I really, really do, and I appreciate all that you didn't have to do this, man. It says voice live play. I don't know. I don't know much about this thing. Let's open it up and see what it looks like, man. I do not know anything about this other than I've heard about TC Electronics. Is that the same company as TC Helicon? Helicon. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Voice Live Play. TC Helicon. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Let's check it out, man. Let's see what's inside this thing. Quick start guide, voice live play, 3 button vocal effects stomp box with looping. Check this out, man, with looping capabilities. This is amazing, man. Look, here's the instructions of this little thing. And anyway, Mark, you were saying this was you really, really enjoyed this. I guess. I guess you did. I don't know. Look at here. Here it is. This is what it comes in. This little package here. TC-Helicon. I guess that's how you pronounce it, y'all. I've never even seen this thing. Let's open it up. Let's look inside. I want to look at this thing. Wow. I mean, you know what? I never in my wildest dreams would have expected something like this. I don't want to cut my wrist off. It's best I just tear this with my hands. My hands and arms are a lot stronger than that knife. I mean, taking the chance on cutting myself. Look at this, man. Wow, dude. That is a pretty box there, man. Look at this. Check that out, man. That is a beautiful thing right there, isn't it? And it's got like 3 buttons on the top. It looks like it's got a. I need to read up on this before I even start to even try to use it, man. But on the back of it, you've got looks like you've got XLR in. Well, that's just out. You got okay, so you've got a mic input, okay, and you got an auxiliary, and then you have a headphone, and then you have power supply, and then you have right and left out, which is really kind of cool. So you know your stereo effects can come out in stereo. That's bad to the bone. And then it looks like it has a USB thing too, where you can actually power it up by USB, which is nice. Very, very, very nice. Look at this, y'all. Very nice. And it's relatively it feels like it's made really well. The steel and the I don't know if that's a powder coat paint on that. I'm not sure if that's powder coated or whatever, but it feels like it's a nice thick paint on it. I don't think it's going to scratch easy, or if it does, I don't think that paint's going to chip off. What's this knob on the side? What's that all got to do with anything? Oh, that's the mic gain. That's the microphone gain right there. So I'm assuming maybe it has phantom power where you can put your nice condensers on it. That'd be nice. If you can put your nice condensers on there, condenser mics, and then on the back, here's what the back looks like, y'all. Get that up close where you can see. So you see you have USB where you can power it up, and then you have your little 12-volt area where you can power it up. Then you have right and left output, which is nice. On the back of this is steel too. So that's nice. It's not just some plastic piece back there. And then you have what is that right there? What is this? Can't see with my glasses on, man. It's the pedal. It just says pedal. Okay, so I'm assuming you can hook up another pedal to get you through the parameters, maybe. I don't know. And then you have on the this side right here, you have the mic XLR input right here, right there. That's where you actually plug your microphone in. So, and then you have, what is this other one? A little auxiliary thing. I don't know what that auxiliary looks like, a 1/4 inch jack. I mean, a 1/8 inch hole right there. It just says auxiliary. I'm assuming that you can send it out to something else, or that might be an auxiliary in. I'm not sure. I have to read the directions on all this. But and then it comes with this little cable here, and that's your USB. That's your USB cable to power it up, which is really kind of cool. I like that, man. But I cannot believe this, man. Look how nice this is, y'all. Wow. Here, let me hold it like this so you can see how pretty that paint is on there, man. I'm stoked, and after the video tonight, I am gonna hook this up, Mark, and I am going to see tell you what I think about it, man. I mean, I love it. You didn't have to do anything like that, man. I don't even know. I don't know what to say, man. Other than I appreciate it very much, and I am going to put this baby to use, man. Who knows? I might even use it on one of my upcoming songs that I'm going to be putting out. It looks like it does. It looks like it. It looks like it ought to do some nice stuff, man. Wow. It's a beauty, man. It is a beauty. I like that mic gain on the side right there. That's kind of convenient, right? And then so you got the USB power thing, and then here, what's this? What's this all about here, man? Let's check it out. I don't think it did. It come with yeah. I guess that's the only instructions you get, man. Is this right here? Well, you can connect it to your computer. I guess these are the instructions right here, man. I guess maybe I can find something on it on YouTube. Yeah, this is all you get right here, I think. These are the instructions right here in there. So evidently it's either pretty easy to navigate through or whatever. But that's what you get. This is what comes inside of it. And then there's some information on the back too, how to get around, I suspect. How to hook it up to your computer right there. That's kind of really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have to read on all this stuff here. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think there's any. Here's the power supply, it looks like. Let's see what it looks like, man. Everything else looks stout. Oh yeah, wow. This is it, man. This is the power supply. This is it. Comes with this is it, your power supply. And it has this little attachment here that goes on there and make it work. I don't know why they started doing things like that. I guess if you're living in a different country or whatever, has a different adapter on the wall for AC or power. That's cool though, man. Thank you so much, Mark. I will check this out. You didn't have to do that, man, but I am grateful and I am thankful. And as always, look, the company even sent me a little piece of candy. I feel like I have a sweet tooth right now, so why not break it open, man? We got sweet tarts in here, peppermint, a Tootsie Roll. Give you a little candy with it. A little fire hot. That looks good too, man. I'm gonna try that fire hot. See what that's all about. Get my mouth a little hot, man. That's awesome, man. I appreciate this. I really do. I'm excited. I am going to use it tonight after the video. And the mystery package was worth the chase. That's all I gotta say. It was worth the chase, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I wasn't gonna get upset. I just couldn't believe the driver was being like that. But this is it, man. Voice live play. Real deal, man. The real deal. Nice little box. Everything's nice. Thank you again, again. We're gonna check that out, man. So this is what else we got going on, man. We got some great interviews coming up. You don't want to miss out. We got Rick Dana coming up. We got Steven coming up with this outstanding engineer. We need to get Dennis Riva Denier on here again, man. He is a great friend of mine now. We need to get him on here. In fact, I need to check on him. I haven't heard from him in a while. And we got Michael Morris coming up. We got Tyler Cesars coming up. So we got some great interviews that's going on. I am going to be plugging in and doing some interviews with these people, and they're going to be telling me about their bands and their engineering and people they've been actually recording and coming in the studio. So we got some really cool stuff going on, guys. And I am so excited to have people come in and to participate in what we got going on. And I'll tell you why. Mm, this thing is freaking hot. But we got the Facebook group going on. It's called Audio Master. The way you can join our Audio Master group is just go in there and it's got a little group section. You go in the groups in your Facebook and you type in Audio Master. You'll find us there, and this is where everybody's coming together as a great hub. Now I haven't sent out any more links, but when Steven gets back on his vacation, he's going to be bringing in some other engineers, and I'm going to be reaching out to some other musicians. And we're getting the musicians together, and we're getting the engineers together, and the producers together in this beautiful little hub that we're creating, this little community. So anyway, I'm been starting to post. I'm gonna start posting on some other Facebook groups and bringing in other people because we want this to grow. Um, not for my sake, but for the community and everybody that has this passion and love for music, man. And that's what we're here for, man. We're here to download our gifts into other people and watch them grow, right? That's what it's all about, man, giving back. And that's the way we can give back is to help participate in the groups and on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can there's a little icon down there that says Audio Master. If you hover over that icon, it should be somewhere around here. If you hover over that icon, it should say subscribe. If you subscribe and slam that bell as well, it'll notify you when my videos come up, man. You don't want to miss out, man. We got some cool stuff. And here's the thing: you're not going to be hearing advice, little tips and tricks from just me. You're going to be hearing it from other engineers and seeing what they're doing in the studio. And here's the thing: you're going to be able to hang out with these guys and meet them on a personal level. So it's not going to be just like an informational thing where you can watch a YouTube channel and it shows a bunch of guys in there and or a guy or two in their engineer room and he's showing you what he's doing. that doesn't get back with you or doesn't, try to have a relationship in any kind of way to build a hub to where your ideas, he can take them further. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the musicians, the engineers, so that we can all get some help along the way and get motivated and continue on with our dream. And that's what it's all about, man. So hit that subscribe, slam that bell, and join the Facebook group Audio Master, man. That'll get you in and you can start pumping up your music, start downloading your music to the group, and we can start sharing some different ideas right away, man. So, what you guys doing on a Tuesday night, man? I hope your day went great. Mine went great. Just to be here hanging out with you guys, man. It is always good. So, I wanted to tell you, as you guys know, I love microphones, and that's what I really like to enjoy talking about. And I feel like that every microphone is distinctive in their own way and have their own characteristics, how they sound and can punch through a mix, especially if you have a dense mix and you got a lot of instruments going on. There's certain microphones with certain preamps that you can actually be recording and it just pops right through, man. There's no EQing that you have to really do on the mic itself, unless you just want to put a high pass filter on it and roll off some of the low end. But here's the thing, when you have a great microphone that sits in a good dense mix, you need to be careful, or we need to be careful, how much of that low end we roll off, because we can roll off too much and take away from the vocal itself rather than you know, um, just taking away the best parts of the vocal. And we don't want to do that. We want to preserve as much of the vocal as we can, and not take away from it. If anything, we want to benefit from it. So be careful, guys, on how much of the high pass, the low end that you roll off that vocal before it actually starts to shine in the mix. And you can do some sweeping stuff or whatever, but just use your ears. And that's the best thing at the end of the day in the mix. Use your ears. You might want to just sweep it really hard, cut a lot off, and hear how it sounds in the mix. Come back the next day and listen to it, and then do just the opposite, and then find the middle ground in there. And usually that's where it'll be. It'll be where your gut instinct is and what your ears are telling you. So pay attention to your ears and listen to what they're doing, and just like I say, pay attention to them because they're not going to lie to you most of the time. Um, so yeah, those microphones. So anyway, back to microphones. I ordered a microphone today, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing on it. It is a microphone that I had years ago. I had actually the vintage microphone by Shure, and I got one coming in. It's the Shure 55, and it's the new version of the 55. And I never compared my old vintage 55 to the new 55. And so I thought, well, I've been hearing some great reviews on these newer 55s, and it's not too far bad of a price. And I thought, well, why not just go ahead and get one for the studio? So I'm going to be doing an unboxing on the Shure 55 in probably about 3 days or so. They'll be sending it if I don't have to chase it around, man. But here's the thing: I did specifically say I wanted a different um, delivery company, so perhaps they'll just drop it. It won't be no problem. But hopefully in 3 days I'll be doing an unboxing on the Shure 55, and I'll probably even get it, hang it up here after the fact, and do some talk and speech through it, and see if it works well for that, as for doing voiceovers or whatever. So I'm going to be doing a review on that mic as well, because I do remember what my old vintage Shure 55 sounded like, and it was just amazing. That microphone was so beautiful and nostalgic looking. It felt like when you held that mic, guys, it felt like you were holding something from the 50s, right? It felt like it almost took me back in time. Not only did it sound, it had its own distinctive sound to it, But it almost took me back in time in the 50s. You remember the 55 Chevy and the 57 Chevy where it had those big chrome bumpers and when you drove it, it just felt like you were in a ride. It was just like you were coasting and cruising. And those old microphones, they're all like that, man. They all have their own characteristics. Like this Turner right here. This Turner has its own sound to it. It's just look at it. I mean, it's beautiful, man. To think that this was made in the 40s, right? Just a beautiful microphone. But yeah, man. So I'm excited about getting that 55 in. It's going to be really, really cool to plug it in some high-end gear, nice preamps and compressor, and listen to that baby and see if it sings just like my old vintage one, man. I hope it, even if it comes close, I'm going to be happy just because of the price and it's brand new. And I'm sure it's going to sound good, though. I can't imagine Shure putting out a microphone that doesn't sound good. Sure's been around a long time. And I want to tell you something about Shure microphones. They're built like bricks, stronger than bricks. That SM57 and 58 that Shure puts out, it's just a well built microphone that's been on every gig in every garage band and every stage that you can think of, man. Those Shure's just been around a long, long time. And this baby's getting hotter and hotter. But they just been around forever, man. And Shure Electro Voice are just really two great microphones. The Bear Dynamics are great microphones. There's just some really good microphones out there that's hard to beat, man. But that Shure microphone has always been one of my favorites. And so I'm curious to see what this 55 is going to bring to the table, man. You guys know I love microphones and I love using them for EQ and I love beating it to the chase. If I can fix something in the beginning and get the right mic for the right instrument in the beginning, it's just a beautiful thing to see it all come together. Every microphone to me has a color, kind of like an artist sees a palette. Are these colors behind me? You have pinks and reds and blues and all that. Mm, mm, mm. Excuse me. But that's the way I kind of see microphones and EQ. I hear them in colors. Some are darker, and some are more brighter, and some are more sunnier and shinier and more on the top end. So the darker colors are the more lower colors. I mean frequencies, and the brighter colors are higher and brighter. And that's the way I like to actually use my microphones as my EQ, man. So I could hear all those different colors and whatnot whenever I had all my electric voices and my Turners, my vintage microphones. And they were all like that to me. They all had their own little sound to them, and you can actually hear it how one would sound more darker or one would sound more brighter. And like I say, I had all those old EVs and all those old Turner mics and Sures, and I would just plug them up to some of my nice preamps, my 610 pre, Universal Audio 610 pre, or the 2108, which was amazing mic preamp. They don't make that mic pre anymore, but it's the Universal Audio 2108. It was a dual channel mic pre, and just that thing was built like a brick. And I want to stomp myself in the toe for getting rid of all that stuff, but I had to. But anyway, I would love hooking up my vintage mics to some of those killer preamps and listen to those preamps, man, and how they worked and how they sounded. And it would just it would open it up. It would really open those mics up to perform their best, hooking some of your vintage mics or even the microphones that's out today. You hook it up, you hook it up to a nice preamp, and all of a sudden you just hear that microphone open up and sound in a way that you've never heard that mic sound. And it's because of the preamp that it's actually running through and the impedance that plays a large role as to that microphone performing at its best. A lot of people don't think about that, especially your novice. They don't really think about impedance, and they don't think about gain structure or any of that stuff. They might. I had a friend of mine that was telling me when he got his Shure SM7B for the first time. He was talking to me, and I asked him. I said, "Well, man, how you like your Shure SM7B?" And this was 10 years ago or so. Um, he said, "Man, I don't like it." I said, "Well, why don't you like it, man? It's a great microphone." He's like, "Well, I tell you, man, I can't get anything out of it. I can't hardly hear it." I was like, "What?" He says, "I think it's not, functioning right or something. I can't hear the mic." I said, "Well, those things take a lot of gain to actually, get them up and going." And his preamp didn't have enough gain to actually push this microphone. So it was one day on a Sunday. I invited him over. I said, "Bring your mic over, man. Let's just check it out on some of my preamps." Mm, mm, mm. I got to get rid of this thing, man. It's too hot for me. So anyway, he came over and he listened to mine. He loved mine. He says, "Oh my gosh, man, that your mic sounds great. What the heck's wrong with mine?" I said, "There's nothing wrong with it." I said, "More than likely, you just didn't have enough gain going to this microphone." So he pulls it out of his bag, unzips his bag, and pulls it out of there, and we hook it up. And I put about 60 dB of gain or so on that mic, and he listens to it, and he's floored. He said, "Man, I can't believe this mic sounds so good. I can't believe I was getting ready to send it back because I didn't like it." And I'm glad. I didn't know. I just didn't know. I said, "Well, now you know, man." So anyway, it ended up being one of his favorite microphones that he liked to do tracking. He did a lot of he liked to record a lot of grunge music. That's what we called it at the time. Screamo music is what we called it, and it was Christian screamo music. So he was recording a lot of Christian screamo. Um, I never heard that at the time, but anyway, it was. I guess it was popular. But anyway, he used that SM sure SM well the SM7B, and then he had a 57 that he said he liked using a lot too with a big windscreen on it, like kind of like this right here, this big one right here, but it actually fit over the 57 microphone, and that's what he was using was a 57 with a big fat windscreen on it, and the guy would just get up there like this. And I remember going over there, and the guy would get up there like this with that big old fat windscreen and this little bitty 57 coming out the side, and he would just pretty much just get the mark right in his mouth, man, and do this screams. Anyway, it actually sounded pretty good. Some of the stuff they were doing, man. I was thinking, man, these kids, they're doing this stuff. It sounds great, man. Couldn't understand a word they were saying or anything, but it was just the idea of the screamo stuff. And the mix and the drums being loud and everything, and the guitars rocking. I don't know. It was fun. I enjoy that kind of stuff, man. I love music, and so when you love music and you go see other people, bands getting into what they're doing, and they invite you over, it's hard not to like their stuff, because you just see them, they're really into what they're doing. And I remember we'd go over, and that was the big thing back in the day, even further back than that. Say I'd say 15, 20 years ago, when you had a lot of the bands get together and they would record music. It was a big thing to the who's playing and where they playing to go support them and hang out and support the band, or if they were playing in their garage, or they would invite in a few people over to hang out and have a few brewskis and watch them play and listen to some of their original tunes that they just wrote or whatever. So we would always, there was just groups of us, since we were in a band, we would always go around and support other bands and hang out with them on nights that we weren't rehearsing ourselves. And so I remember going over to this one band, and it was a little country drive, and that we made probably about 45 minutes away from here. But we go out and we go down these in the back in the woods, man. It's back in the woods, man. I'm telling you. And we drive up to this kind of barn dominium place, and then there's another barn to the right, and their dad actually built them that area as a studio to jam. We go in there, man, and we start listening to their music and everything. And God, man, they're playing some Cheap Trick, and they're playing. These are some of the copy songs that they're playing, and oh gosh, they were just great. I just thought, wow, um, the talent that's out there that's hidden, a lot of so much talent that's hidden, right? That don't ever get exposed or ever seen, because of I don't know. I really don't know why there's so much talent out there that doesn't get discovered. It's a shame, and I'm hoping that with the internet and everything that's been going on, and we're diving into a different era and time. I feel like the movement is changing, especially with the music business, on how we're gonna actually do things with music. And I feel like that it's going to change in a good way, to where a lot of us are going to be going back to work and sharing our ideas with other big musicians, and that's what's going to be really cool about the Facebook group that I have going on, because it's a place, it's a beautiful hub for musicians, just ordinary musicians, and then musicians that are great at what they do, to come and share all their ideas with producers and engineers, to where somebody can say, "Hey, I really like what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing. Send me some stems to that, and let me take it to another level for you and see what you think. Or let me get it in the let me get you guys in the studio, and let's work on a few things. I'd like to promote your stuff. I'd like to promote your music. I'd like to, be a promoter for you, and actually see you guys do well, and y'all can hit the road and whatever, and we'll y'all do the touring, and we'll get something going on, man." So, isn't that a beautiful thing that we can do that here at the Audio Master Facebook group? It's just a beautiful, beautiful, neat thing that we can do that. And so, it's gone a long ways from the days back when I was a kid growing up. And you had to find an A&R rep, or you went through Taxi or somebody like that who was an A&R rep, hoping to be discovered, and hoping that you had a piece of music that they might want for a piece of movie, or if it was 30 seconds for a soundtrack or whatever they were wanting to use. So nowadays, I think, it's going to open up all those doors as far as being able to expose your music more. And even for like B movies and stuff like that, man, they need music, and then they need something on those backing tracks and stuff. So, what a cool thing, and what a great place that we're creating here at the Facebook group to do so, man. When we got these producers and engineers coming into play, it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. I really dig it, and I'm glad that someone inspired me to do so, and I did. I took their advice and said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open up a Facebook group, and we are gonna have some producers and engineers start joining, and I'm gonna invite some bands and people that I know to the group, and start. It doesn't matter what your talent is. I mean, we even have Aaron that's coming on. He's been displaying some of his. He plays trumpet very, very well, I might add, and he's been coming in and putting some trumpet parts down. Hey, you never know who may need a trumpet player in their band, or come lay down some parts, or even join a band and do some do some jazz stuff, right? Um, by the way, I love jazz. Jazz is really a cool thing, because it's such an inspirational thing, an improv thing that musicians who play jazz understand, because it can be jazz blues, just so many different variations of genres can come into play, and everyone gets a part as to showing some of their creative side. It's kind of like a bunch of different artists standing around a table, who has different paints they can throw on the canvas. Say, well, here's what I think, you know, and throw their paints on the canvas, and you have this person over here. Well, this is the way I feel about it, and throw it's just that's what jazz is to me. It's like a collage of different paints coming from different artists, and it's just a beautiful thing to see that happen, and to hear the music, man. So you gotta love jazz for that reason, man. Just a lot of cool things with the music industry and the turn that's fixing to happen and the changes that's fixing to happen as far as how we move things, how we move money on blockchain, how everything's fixing. We got this big change. We got this big thing that's fixing to happen to where a lot of good things are going to happen as far as for the better, man. And I really feel like that with the music industry. I feel like it's going to go to a whole different level, and we're really going to be able to start enjoying things even better than we've ever knew it before. And so everyone's going to get a chance to make a lot of money, and everyone's going to get a chance to show their artwork and display it at a different level than it's ever been displayed before, and everyone that displays their music or their art is going to get full credit for everything that they do or come up with. And it's not going to be like in the past that we went through in the 80s or even before that, to where a lot of artists didn't get credit for things that they did do. And it just wasn't, so anyway, we got good changes coming on, man. I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining in tonight. Thank you, Mark, for the gift. I really appreciate that. I'm kind of running out of time here, but I did want to get a few more things in. Thank you so much. You guys don't have to do anything like that. Look, man, the Audio Master, the new ones are coming out. The T-shirts, they're going to be neon yellow on a black shirt, tri-blend shirt. You got to get one. You're going to love it, man. And we got some cool things coming up. I might have an interview tomorrow night. I'm not sure, but I am going to put a link right up there, right up there. This will be part two of part one. You don't want to miss out, man. It's a really, really good video, man. Give me a thumbs up, give me a share, and we will see you tomorrow.